Joined here on Hawks TV by Hawks head coach Dominic Osman. How are you, Dom?
Yeah, doing good.
A great win tonight against an informed Billingham Stars. Tell us your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, that was a really, really good game, to be honest. I thought we went out uh, right out the gate, which was our plan. Obviously, we wanted to get all over them quickly. The long trip over here to Blackburn, and the guys, they went out, they got it done in the first. We won the first period, they won the second, and then we just took charge in the third.
A strong performance in that by Ollie Thomason tonight.
Yeah.
What was you thinking behind having him in net over Keddy tonight?
Well, with what we have going with Keddy and with Ben, with Ollie is, obviously Keddy's he's going to play most of the games, but with only having 4 games this month, I wanted him to split the month because I wanted to make sure that Ollie was getting game time. Otherwise, he'd be sitting for a month.
Yeah.
We don't want that, right? So, obviously they're a great goaltending duo, but also the kind of reasoning behind it is, we want to make sure that he's getting time against, the top teams as well.
Yeah, good opposition.
Yeah. Just because you just never know what happens, right? And honestly, the duo that we have, they're great. They're buddies. They're they help. They support each other. That's the reasoning why we have such a good quality goalie alongside Keddy. A lot of teams only have one goalie and then they have a backup. That's not really our goal. Our goal is to make sure that we have a good, strong goaltending team to pull us through. But again, it was more or less, 4 games. Wanted to make sure that all was going to get some game time too as well.
So. Yeah. You mentioned it earlier, a really strong start from us. What makes us able to come out into games so quickly like that?
I think it's the confidence level our guys are playing at right now. We struggled out the gate. I think it was more or less just because there's some new bodies in there, and the system took a little while to kind of come to fruition. And I think that the guys have just bought in. They're playing the right way. They're playing. They're coming back. They're breaking out. They're playing hockey. They're not cheating. They're not hanging around for points. They're just playing to win. And I think with adding McKinney in the lineup, it was always a piece that we were looking for too as well. And it's really been able to add some depth. Losing Royds, whether I agree with it or not, doesn't really matter what I think. I'm sure you know what I think there. but to be honest, to be able to still come out with the lineup that we have when we lose a top guy like Roydsy, and be able to do what we're doing at the moment, it's really, really coming together for us.
Billingham, they had a really strong second period. I thought they moved the puck around really well. Is that how you expected to come out in the second, or
not really? I think Billingham played a good game all the way through.
Yeah,
I don't think that they really upped their momentum or upped their tempo or anything like that. I think we ran into a little bit of penalty trouble. I feel like we didn't take a step backwards. We just didn't come out with the same fire that we did in the first.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
And they're a good team, and that's these are the teams that we want to play because it's going to make our guys better too. And coming down to playoffs and stuff, we want to really establish that look, like, even when we have an off period, we need to realize that it's a hockey game, and you're going to get bit, especially by a team like Billingham. And I think they played a solid game all the way through, but I think we played at a certain level in the first. We kind of came down a level in the second, but then we went up 2 levels in the third.
Yeah,
and I agree with that. I just don't feel that they could cope with the skating.
You mentioned it there. It was a really tense going into this third period at 3-3. How do you think the players handled that pressure?
Well, you know what? We always go back to last year and our success. We were really good at coming back and closing out games when we were behind. And
definitely,
it's a better situation to be tied than behind, right? So, yeah. So we just came in the room and said, look, like, guys, obviously that wasn't the way we played in the first. We need to step it up and play that way in the third. And I think they realized it, but then they took it up to the next level, right? And that's where that domination kind of came into play. And we kept pucks out the middle, we kept them along the boards. We made the smart plays. Guys weren't trying too much to squeeze their sticks and we got to score now. It was just stick with it, play the game that we're playing, and we can score another 3 goals.
We see the Stars again in a doubleheader in a couple of weeks. Are you expecting more of the same going into those games?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. I think Billingham's a good team. They got some good players over there, and they're at the top of the league for a reason. you know, and I think they were a bit short tonight, but still at the same time, I still don't
A lot of
think the two.
firepower.
Yeah, they are the top guys. So yeah, I still don't think another two bodies coming into the lineup makes that much of a difference.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, we're just kind of trying to worry about ourselves, not really worry about who's across from us. We need to play at the level that we did in the first. If we play at the level we did in the third,
Not many teams
then
can
not
keep
many
up with that.
teams, yeah, not many teams will be able to keep up with the skating. But again, we need to make sure that we're doing that all around the ice, especially at home on the big ice, because that's where, you know, we have the advantage.
Brilliant. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.